I'm a freak, I'm an outcast, I'm a shadow.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to be going over a exit interview. If you guys are familiar with the workforce, when you leave a job, sometimes they have an exit interview or a conversation of why you left. So in this video we're going to have an exit interview, and yeah, we're just going to deep dive into it, so stay tuned. Nice Sunday. Weather was would say raining this morning. I didn't want to get the car out because I just washed it this weekend. It just sucks when it starts raining after you cleaned it. So I'm gonna leave my condo. We're gonna be heading over to a quiet spot where I could just, kind of give you guys my thoughts about this exit interview. Car sounds great. All right guys, just came to a parking lot. I was basically trying to find a quiet area in Fort Lauderdale. If you guys don't know Fort Lauderdale, it's pretty busy. It's always busy, especially on the weekends. But right now, I'm in a random parking lot. I'm gonna be able to talk to you guys exactly what this exit interview is. And we're gonna be talking about the car, obviously. So if you guys don't know, if you guys are first tuning in, my name is Ken. This is my F80 M3. It's a 2018 F80 M3 in Austin Yellow. I've gone through many changes with this car. As you see with the process wise, I went with the OEM Plus look, then I started partnering with different brands, and luckily I was able to partner up with BBS, and we have some really good looking wheels, and also my BBS LMs. It's not the exit interview for the car. If you guys are thinking that this car is leaving, it's not leaving. I still have plans for the car, but what we're going to be talking about today is actually the suspension. So as you can see right here, the stance is actually pretty good. The stance is like spot on. But there's always something that I feel like myself could be better. And this car goes to a lot of car shows and goes to a lot of events. And for me, it's gone through many changes, like I said. So the first suspension I had for this car was the KW Haas kit. If you guys watched my previous videos about my suspension where I upgraded to the Bilstein B16s, I deep dive into that topic of why I upgraded. But I'll give you guys an idea of why I upgraded. The KW Haas kit is very limited, so it's a height adjustable spring kit, and it's good to start off with, but my personal opinion about it is that over time it just gave out. So over time of having the KW Haas kit, I had it for about maybe 8 months, and I just felt like the suspension was a little bit loose. I just didn't feel like it was nimble as it was when it was stock. Because you guys got to think about it, when BMW creates a car, when they design a car, especially an M car, they have to make sure the suspension's spot on, where it handles corners. I just felt like the KW Haas kit, when I had it, it just felt a little bit sloppy. Going over bumps, going over train tracks here in downtown Fort Lauderdale, I just felt like when I would hit a bump, I would just float, and I would just keep on floating. So I needed that rigidity, which is why I jumped into the Bilstein B16. The Bilstein B16 Coilovers were an amazing set of coilovers. I think they did a great job for what I needed. If you guys don't know, Bilstein B16 is one of the suspension you could get that retains your EDC, which is your electronic dampening control. So if you guys have it on your F80 M3 or F8X platform, where you could control your suspension, where it adjusted from comfort to sport and also the Sport Plus, that's something you want to look into. So when I first installed the Bilstein B16s, I paired it up with ground control camber plates. And is the camber plates necessary? Probably not, but you could definitely use it if you want to adjust your camber. There's many different brands you can pair it up with, but I went with the ground control camber plates. And also, if you go to car shows, you open up your hood, it looks cool, it looks good, it goes with the theme that you have in your car. For example, so the Bilstein B16 Coilovers, which is what I have on the car right now, it has an electronic dampening control, which is EDC. And in my opinion, if you pay so much for the car and it has EDC and you're not tracking the car and this is somewhat of a daily driver, why lose it? Have the EDC option where you could kind of control your suspension. Don't get me wrong, the KW Haas kit does the same thing. You could still retain your EDC controls, and you could adjust your comfort, sport, and Sport Plus. The Bilstein B16 Coilovers did a great job on that. The only thing that I always wanted to have was just to have the front a little bit lower. And obviously the front right now is maxed out to the lowest setting. So what really ruined it for me, which is why I want to upgrade to a new suspension, was sitting into one of my buddy's cars. He has another suspension that I sat in before he got rid of it. I'm not gonna tell you who, because I want you guys to guess exactly what the next suspension I'm gonna get. But if you guys can guess exactly what I'm gonna be upgrading to, let me know in the comments. But let's deep dive into the Bilstein B16s. So the Bilstein B16 Coilovers, it's probably one of the best bang for your buck if you want to retain your EDC and also upgrade to a coilover set that's going to be comfortable. So if you guys not looking to slam your car all the way down to the max height, for example, my front on the Bilstein B16s, the front suspension is slammed to the bottom. You can't go any lower than that. In some of the videos where I'm not on a slant right now, this parking lot slanted, you could kind of see exactly that there's a little bit of wheel gap. And for me, I like the stance where I want to be kind of closer a little bit, and it's probably not practical in many different applications in any other areas, but this car goes to car shows and stuff, and I don't mind driving lower, so which is why I'm going to be upgrading to a different suspension. So let's talk about the build quality of the Bilstein B16s. The Bilstein B16 Coilovers are A1. They're top-notch quality. You could see it when I first got it. The finish on it was just well done. Nothing seemed like it was cheaped out or anything like that, and that's what you expect from Bilstein. So the Bilstein B16 Coilovers, let's talk about the price. It's not cheap, right? So if you're looking to retain the EDC and have a coilover set, this is going to be your best bang for your buck. The price for the Bilstein B16 Coilovers, retail price, is $3,175. Like I said, it's not cheap, but if you really think about it, if you want something that's you're going to be able to live with long term, this might be the suspension for you. And the reason why is because, for example, I had the KW Haas kit, I installed it. The installation price from that could range anywhere from $500 to, $800, depending on what shop you go to, right? So I paid for that. With the Bilstein B16s, I took them out, I installed the Bilsteins because I wasn't happy with the ride quality. So I had to pay for that too. So you gotta think about it, like, do you want to switch over to suspension, or do you want to get one and stick with it? I obviously have a YouTube channel, and I want to give you guys content and give you guys perspective of what you can modify your car. So when you do it, you just do one time and not twice. So it definitely is entertaining for me to switch up a different suspension kit, give you guys my opinion, give you guys a different perspective. So I get it. Sometimes you don't want to spend the money and go with the really expensive coilover kit you may not have in your budget. There's life priorities, right? So we all know that. You could definitely maybe go with the spring kit, like I said, the Haas kit. I also sat in my buddy's George Nardo Gray before he went to a bag setup. He actually had, I believe, his H&R's high adjustment spring kit. I forgot what they call it, but I'll put it right over here. But it actually felt pretty good. So, and his could have gone a lot lower than what I had on my KWs. So maybe go into that, or just go with the spring kit. Go with the regular set of springs, but maybe go with one that is a different spring rate that you like, maybe a little bit more softer or stiffer, but just check out the spring rates. And the best way to really find out is actually call these manufacturers up, call these places out in California that really deal with suspensions, and ask them, or look on a YouTube video and see what other people say about it. Everybody has their own personal opinion. So me personally, I want to go a little bit lower in the front, and also I want to try something different for you guys. And look, I have this YouTube channel where I have a platform to be able to make content, and this allows me to make more content regarding suspension wise. The person I bought the suspension from gave me a really good deal, so something I couldn't turn down. Also, I gave the person that is buying this suspension the Bilstein B16s because he actually bought it already. So he's going to be getting it installed soon. His name is Walter. He actually bought my wheels about a week and a half ago. And he bought my Z Performance wheels, and it looks amazing in his car because he has a mineral gray F80 M3 along with the Z Performance ZP.09 wheels, and it's in gunmetal, and it's in a matte gunmetal gray color, and it looks pretty amazing. So he's going to be buying my suspension, and he's adamant that he wants it. And look, it's going to a good guy. Gave him a good deal. But other than that, like I said, I want to be able to film something for you guys. We're able to give you guys another opinion about suspension. So end of the day, what this does is gives you guys 3 different suspensions that you could look at, right? The KW Haas kit, the Bilstein B16s, and then my next suspension, which, like I said, if you guys can guess, let me know in the comments. So definitely this video is gonna be a little bit shorter. It's not gonna be a long video, but like I said, I wanna give you guys an insight of what's to come and what's about to leave. So if you guys have any questions about the Bilstein B16 Coilovers and anything else I didn't cover, let me know in the comments. But other than that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Definitely subscribe if you guys haven't subscribed. Hit the like button if you guys haven't hit the like button, and I'll be coming out with more videos. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.
When the line gets a little blurry, you're gonna need somebody like me. Through the smoke, through the fog, through the boneyards. When your white knight's in his grave, I'm your last call. 'Cause you're about to walk through places they don't know you. If they don't know you, it ain't safe, y'all. Yeah, well, I could see what's headed for you down that road.